Marvel really outdid themselves. Like, this Groot character, he's so, like, he's such a loving and care. Psychopath. When Guardians of the Galaxy begins, we see young Peter Quill having his last moments with his dying mother. That's pretty heavy for Marvel. So how does he wind up in space? What, is he abducted by aliens? Oh. Cut to his adulthood, and Peter has become an interplanetary thief. However, when taking a score that is bigger than he realizes, he is thrown into a crazy adventure with a team of losers to save the galaxy. When I first saw the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy, I was pretty excited, despite my knowledge on the story itself. I was surprised. This movie wasn't good. It was great! Whilst the main plot is pretty basic, stop the bad guy from getting the Infinity Stone, or he destroys the galaxy, the subplots are much more interesting, and the way the characters are written really bring the story to life, as well as the way that they come together. Not to mention, the action was great and the comedy landed every time. In the story department, Guardians of the Galaxy is near perfect. The cast of Guardians of the Galaxy all did great despite it being so large. Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt, is our protagonist, and he is easily my favorite thing about this movie. Not only was his character hilarious, he had one of the most emotional subplots in Marvel to date. Zoe Saldana plays Gamora, and she has an interesting subplot that ties into Thanos. I'm really interested to see where they're going to take her character in the future. Vin Diesel and Bradley Cooper played Groot and Rocket respectively, and each were awesome in their roles. They were a great duo, however, I don't think they're as good as people make them out to be. Lee Pace plays Ronan the Destroyer, and while he was a little bit eccentric, he still was kind of cool. He doesn't live up to other villains like Loki or the Red Skull, however. Finally, we have Drax the Destroyer, who was easily the biggest surprise of the movie. When I first heard that Batista was playing a Marvel hero, my initial thought was, oh, God. I'd like to apologize to Batista because he really pulled it through with this movie and showed us that he is a good actor. Well, can be. The presentation was pretty much perfect all around. The Blu-ray quality was great on both levels and were complemented by a great score and great CGI. One thing I found weird, however, were the costumes on some of the aliens. They were really vibrant, as opposed to gritty, which I personally prefer. However, because of how interesting the characters were, it really didn't bother me much and never took me out of the movie. Overall, Guardians of the Galaxy is an amazing movie. I think Kyle can agree with that.
Yeah, it's what the Avengers should have been.
We'll get to that later. When you bring all of the factors together, it's a near perfect combination. It was the most unexpected treat of 2014 and it blew me away. If you want to know if you should buy this movie, I can easily and happily say that this movie is worth every penny. Because Guardians of the Galaxy gets a 9 out of 10.
So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. All the links for those can be found in the description below.
Also, don't forget to subscribe by hitting that big button over there. And while you're at it, why not click that email checkbox so that our videos don't get buried with all the other channels you're subscribed to. I'm Zach.
And I'm Kyle. And we're Battlefront Productions. Really? You mean the subscribe button bigger than us?
Well, it is pretty nice.